Right, we're live apparently. How is this for a professional start to a live stream? Showing you what we're going to make straight away. From this, you won't actually believe that I've been making YouTube videos for over a decade. Hard to believe from most of the other videos. That is what we're making. Live jewelry making session. What's happened to my hand? Focus. 1.2mm halo band rings, wedding band style. They're round, which is called a halo profile ring. That is what we're making this evening. I've been making them for the last few days. Basically trying to get at least minimum one of each for, we need to fill the stock box. And by fill, I mean like they need to be, it really needs to be more than one of everything, but that's a start. I think these were two sizes. Let me measure them before I put them in the wrong hole. These were both the same size. Polished these earlier to photograph for the listing. I might get the listing done tonight, Pete. So we definitely need to make sure that at least one can go. But it takes a while for them to populate the internet. But yeah, we are getting there. Considering a few days ago the box was empty. So. But as they sell, when they sell, I'll make batches of, you know, a dozen or so each. So because this is a new thing, a new size, I've been working my way through making a list so that when I need to make a batch, I'll know if I want a size T, I need 64mm blanks. Just cut a batch of 64mm and boom, and I will have size T. So yeah, I'm going to work backwards again. So we need a 42, a 47, a 52, a 57, a 62, a 67, a 72, and a 79. That's the, I skipped one of these because I think that doesn't make sense, but yeah, no, it doesn't make, 77 we need a 77. I could do a 79 as well. No, let's just do a 77 before I mess it all right up. So there, first of all, we'll cut the lengths off. I'll do that in one batch. Then we will form them on a Durston ring shank former. We'll form the blanks into a ring using that, then solder them together, and then they will be rounded off using a steel triplet and a rawhide mallet, and then we'll know where we can add what size we've made to our list, and then we've only got probably one more stream and one more go, and we'll have a full chart. Now it is a school night, it's a Sunday night, but it's been a tough week, tough weekend of working. So we're having a Star of Pramen, sadly not sponsored. Established in Prague. I think most of the time these are utter nonsense, I'm sorry, you never know. 1869. Brewed since 1869 when two visionary brewmasters set out to create a beer that would be better than the rest. Displaying the craftsmanship, Star of Pramen is brewed with passion using the finest ingredients, including premium Czech hops, and embodies the spirit of Prague in every sip. What is the spirit of Prague? I thought it was cheap hookers, cheap beer, all in a bottle. Never been. I've heard the stories. Cheap hookers and cheap beer. Right, let's get the YouTube copyright free music on. Look at that for a perfect pint. Right. Cheers guys, another weekend done. Let's make these rings. Right. I'm just going to use a cut 2 half round, the flat side of cut 2 half round ring file to get rid of the bevel that the side cutters create on one side. flat, cut too far, do the same job. .42, 47. .52. Yeah, I might actually list these on our website tonight, because then by tomorrow the barcodes will have populated the internet enough for Amazon to pick them up. So these things take time. I think before you start publishing things on the internet, you think everything's instant, and behind the scenes it really isn't. It's really slow. Like Google takes months to update things. 57. Yeah, I'll get our artificial intelligence to write the titles. What do we need to list the products? An SEO title, a meta description, a URL handle, a full description, some images and some tags. ChatGPT will do it. It'll take me longer to type a paragraph asking ChatGPT to do it than it will take ChatGPT to write paragraphs all about this ring it's never seen. It's insane. And then just as quickly we get to write the bullet points, the short descriptive bullet points that is an Amazon description, and then 6 social media captions, and boom, we're in business. I think. That was 57, wasn't it? Memory like a sieve. Could do all image text as well. It's not really a thing on our website, but it is on some websites. All image text seems to be becoming less and less supported on the different platforms. I noticed Pinterest had ditched it, or they've certainly hidden it in recent weeks. Right, 72 now. And 77 mil. also need to get the another one of our artificial intelligence things to make some sort of, you know, I don't know what you would call them. What would you call them? Almost mood board sort of shots for the Instagram and what have you. I don't know what. Something along the lines of halos, because these are halo rings and rings. And it's Christmas, so atmospheric sort of, you know, people shots. Right, let me give you a close up of these. I guess sort of, you know, like story, rather than just product pictures, are sort of storyline things. Right, there we go. So obviously when I come to make these in larger batches, I'll just make one massive batch of, with the 1mm versions of these, I was doing them in like hundreds. It's slowed down a little bit recently, but yeah, I was making like 100 at a time. Sometimes 120 in the popular sizes. Which is where we need to end up. You see how empty that box was? That's where we kind of need to end up, like fully stocked. We're low. I need to make some beads. Run out of beads of those. That's a live stream coming soon. It would guarantee it's the next ring someone buys, whatever we've run out of. I had a run on beads. I don't know why I had a run on beads last week. I think I only had about 12 left, and I sold a lot. Someone was buying. Someone bought a lot. I don't know why you need so many size beads. It's absolutely tiny. Right. But there again, I suppose if you do wear a size B ring, there's very few places other than us you can buy them. Nobody makes them. Especially, well, you can have them made to order, but like off the shelf, we're charging very reasonable prices. Off the shelf prices. Anything below a size H, you're going to struggle. The smaller you go, the more you're going to struggle to find someone making them. I've said it before actually, one of the companies with the best sizes of rings, other than us, is Cartier in UK, in Euro sizes. They do have when I've looked before, they do a really comprehensive selection of sizes, but they would, wouldn't they, the Cartier? I quite like the Euro size system. It's a good sizing system. It's way easier to figure out than our one. The UK and Australia one, it's just a mystery. It makes no sense. I think it was an amalgamation of size systems, and it was probably invented, and it was, you know, finished off by Brummies who are, you know, say they're nice people, but shout out to the Brummies. They are nice people, but let's just leave it at the but. But the sizing system they came up with makes no sense. Okay, right, let me give you a little close up of those. This has only got, how many has it got? 5 round dies, so they don't perfectly match up, but it does make them perfectly round as opposed to using a triplet. So that's that. There's obviously you either end up with a gap or them slightly overlapping, and the gaps obviously is a slightly better option. So we'll just line those up with flat half round pliers and solder them together. I pretty much use flat half rounds and my fingers and thumbs in combination. Oh yeah, they're flat half rounds. So use the half round. Focus. Use the half round bit. Am I showing you flat? No, I'm showing you flat. No, I am showing you half rounds. Looking at it through even I'm looking at it through the camera there, I can't focus on it. So yeah, the half round goes on the inside, flat on the outside. And that just helps you, I pretty much use it. I use them for all profiles of ring, pretty much. I can't think of one I don't use them on. Soldering back on there. I'll do these in batches. Start with the smallest ones, just to make it slightly quicker. 3, and then a 4. Let's do 4 and then a 3. So I've just got to make sure the joints are perfectly fitting. Just using a cut 6 escapement file, barrette escapement file. So one side. I'm not sure if I've ever given you a little close up of this. I use this for solder joints. I'll show you it. It's not a needle file. It's called an escapement file, and the cutting edge, that's the cutting edge, but all the other edges are polished. So it's only that flat edge there with a cutting surface. So you can rub it, that will obviously rub on the side of ring, so will that, it has done many times. And because it's polished, it will burnish the surfaces that it's in contact with, but it won't mark them. And yeah, being a cut 6, it doesn't really remove too much metal. It really just makes sure you've got 2 flat surfaces. It's not very fast cutting, so it's really just to shape, and you can use it to clean them as well. It's really just to make sure they're both perfectly flat and in line. This one's actually pretty good, but there's a little burr on it. So. we're also going to do, so I've got to list the silver ones first. I'll also gold plate them. So I'll do an 18 carat yellow gold plated version, an 18 carat rose gold plated version. I might do solid gold versions. I have to see how much they weigh. Well, first of all, see if they actually sell in silver. And gold plate. And then we can move on to solid gold. 9 yellow, 9 white, 9 red, 18 yellow, 18 white and 18 red. Potentially 22 carat. I need to do platinums in the 1 mil. I've never got round to it. I know I did get round to it. I bought all the tungsten carbide draw plates to make the wire, but I never actually made the rings. I noticed yesterday platinum's actually a pretty good price at the moment, so maybe it's time to make them. It's off the boil slightly. I looked at it yesterday actually, and it looked to be sort of halfway between its 5-year highs and 5-year lows. I think that was the chart I was looking at. I can't remember. I think it was a 5-year chart I looked at. It was sort of bang in the middle. Right, solder. Putting the solder below, because they're quite close, well they're very close fitting joints, it gets pulled up by capillary action. I'll then pick it up and let gravity do its thing, but because they're close fitting joint, if you don't have a close fitting joint this wouldn't work, but if you've got a good close fitting joint, capillary action pulls the solder up once it's liquid, and putting it underneath obviously holds it in place. If you put it on top it has a tendency just to blow away. The flux I'm using is Argotect mixed with meths, which is quite a thick mix. It's like double cream, and it helps protect silver. Helps protect silver against fire stain. But it is quite a thick and sticky flux compared to, say, ore flux or something, or even compared to borax and water. It's like glue. Right, next batch. Hopefully by the time I've soldered these together, those ones will be clean enough to shape up and add to the list. I might get the ring sizer actually, or ring sizers, and we can actually finish them off. Right, so I'm gonna. It's one less thing to do later. I might as well finish the job now, live. The small one will have to be done on antique ring sizer, and the others will be a mix of the Durston tapered one and OMO, Italian OMO die ring stretcher. Alright, so I'm just lining these up with the flat half round pliers, clean up the joint with the barrette file. It'll be good to solder. Alright, let's pull those smaller ones out, round them off, and then I'll grab Oh no, there is a ring sizer in it. There's at least two ring sizes in there, but I want the other one as well. We've got 2 out of 3 in here already. I'm still here from yesterday's live. Alright, which one of these is the small? Give you a little close up of these. Post soldering before I clean up the joint. I'm just going to use that barrette file to clean off any excess solder inside and out on these. On larger rings I only clean the inside off before I stretch them, and then I leave the excess solder on the outside because it provides additional strength for the joint while you're sizing it. With these little ones, the wire being 1.2 mil is, I don't want to jinx it, but you know, they do sometimes break when I'm doing the 1 mil ones, but it's a small percentage, 2-3%. I'm doing batches of 100. So there we go, it's post soldering. Just need to clean off any excess solder. Do a clean of the polish out from under that nail as well, couldn't I? You can always tell the women that make jewellery, the girls, because they're there's no hiding the fact that your nails are busted. Well, I suppose you can't have the stick-on claws if you're actually polishing, I don't think. If you see a jeweller with perfectly manicured nails, they ain't doing anything at the bench. They might be highly polished from the polish, but Cardi B ain't making jewellery. She's making memes about stabbing her arsehole with fake nails. That's what she's doing. They're more like claws. Right, just going to round these off. Triplet rawhide mallet, and then I want to actually see what size we've made for our little sheet for future production. These will look a little bit, what I'll show you close up, these will look a little bit wobbly and wavy. Because even if you nail the size, you can't really get them as perfectly round as perfectly flat using a hammer and a trib. Well, you probably could if you persevered, but you can't quickly and efficiently get them as perfectly flat and round as the ring sizing tool and machines can. like even if I do know the size, I still take them up a quarter of a size and back down a quarter of a size just to flatten them out and round them off. I will show you. And the thing is, if you persevere on the triplet, the more you hammer it, the bigger they get. So you're going to end up, you know, even if you do get them perfectly round and flat, you're going to end up on a ring size machine because you're going to enlarge the size of it so much. So you can see they're not. They look handmade. That's what a handmade ring looks like, wobbly. You see? I don't think people on Amazon are going to be happy with those. Be like, got damaged in the post. Like, no, it's handmade. Right, let's get a ring stretcher. Right, there we go. Durston. Made in Great Britain. Upright ring stretcher. Is that even in shot? No, not really. That's better. Right, before I start stressing them, let's make a note of the sizes. There's a pen. It's kind of a B minus. B minus. Or an A plus, depending on where you look at it. What's this one? E and a half. E plus, I'll put that down next. This one. That is an N, pretty much bang on. Looks like I missed one out. Yeah, I did miss one out. I missed that one out. Right, I need to make that one. That would be the 52. Right, so that's the end. And that is an S. Right. What are we going to make this? Do I need a B or an A? What do I need? I need a B. So that is just below a B. Let's stretch it out a bit to just above a B. That's just above a B. I'll show you. There we go. Now let's crank it down a fraction of a size and in the process flatten it out. So it is. Using this antique. Probably that die. sort of between dies. You have to be careful with this. You can really misshape them. Yeah, if you get this wrong on these, this can really butcher them. Go, boom, size B, just on or below the line. There you go. And flat, compared to how it was, handmade. Now it looks like a machine made it. Or it kind of did. Right, B done. We won't need this anymore, I think. I don't know, what size is that? We might need it for this. E. Actually, I could make that an F. Let's get rid of that. I'll size that up to an F. And or just above an F, and we'll see if these go down to an F. I don't know if they do. So that is now a quarter size above an F. I don't like the reducing die on that thing. I need to polish it. Yeah, this will do an F. Probably one of the smaller sizes it does though. Right, there we go. We now have that bang on a size F and flat, well, straight, which it wasn't before. Right, what's this one? Pretty much bang on an N. Let's just crank it up a bit, the size on this. So just under N.5. It's now a fraction under a size N. That's it. There we go. In. Could do with being a touch smaller than that actually. Just a fraction. That's it. Right, what is this one? S. Just crank it up. Now S.5. Right, that is now bang on S. Obviously these still need polishing. and then cleaning. But you can see the difference that now that they are compared to how they were before. They're now not wobbly, they're now perfectly round and perfectly flat, albeit they need polishing, but yeah. Let's get the other ones out. Actually, let's quickly solder this. The one I missed. Habit of leaving jobs like that on the side of the bench. I end up with a pile of jobs like that. Let's straighten that camera a bit. Yeah, look, you end up with a big pile of junk on the corner if I keep leaving jobs. A bit of a habit of doing. Well, it's normally during the day when I've got to get the post done, stuff's got to go out, I start things and run out of time to finish them. Optimistic about what I can get done, and I can't. Some of this solder's either too big or too small, so I'll use 2 bits that are too small. Right, let's see what size these ones were that we made. And then I'll clean off the excess solder with that escapement file. Round them off, add them to the list. Okay, right, they're clean. Let's just hammer them out on the triplet. Right, let's see what size we made. V1/2. That was a V plus. What's this one? Z1/2. So we'll go down as a Z plus. And this one should be pretty big. Z4. Z4. Right. Let's see if this one's clean. We can do one batch of stretching. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think one more live stream, one more batch, and we'll be there. I certainly have done every size in millimetres. I might not have made every ring size. We certainly won't have filled up the box, but I'll have an idea. The list will be full up, even if the holes in the box aren't. We're basically going to be able to live stream daily forever. It's forever. Right. That is a J. Pretty much bang on the J. So yeah, the chart's getting filled up, which is good. Right, let's put the ring stretcher back on here and realign that camera. We should be able to do these with these two. Actually, let's put that on there and that on there. So I'm going to use them both. Let's make sure they're both in the shot. See where I'm going to do that on the stool, and then we're going to use the reduction ring on that, and we're going to drink that. Right, what size was this? This was a J, wasn't it? So I'm just going to crank it up a fraction of the size. It will be a J, but I want to go up, even though it is already a J, I'm going to go up half a size so we can then come down. It just flattens it out more, rounds it out more. Actually, before I do this, I'll show you how wobbly they are. Then you can sort of compare them to afterwards. You can see they look. That's what people on Etsy send you. You buy stuff on Etsy, that's what you get. Wonky as. Apart from if you buy them from us on Etsy, because we do all this nonsense. Some people like that though, you know. Some people want the sort of rustic handmade look, satin finished and all that. Hammer texture, it's a thing. But let's face it, most people don't. They want it handmade, but they want it handmade, but looking like it came out of a production line. Flawless is what they want. So everyone wants natural gemstones, but flawless. They want them to look like, they want natural gemstones to look lab grown is what they want. Right, that is a V. It's probably better to get diamonds with a little bit of, you know, fluorescence and what have you, and some inclusions. And even the old minecart lenses look cooler than the, you know, flawless brilliant. They've got more character than a piece of glass, in my opinion. Probably better value as well, because no one wants it. Well, not no one wants them, you know, there's less demand for them than a flawless brilliant cut. 1 carat. Right, Z off. This one, Z4. Right, let's take that up a fraction. This one's Z4.5. Yeah, like I say, that ring was bang on a Z4, but it was bang on a Z4 looking wonky and handmade. So all this process does, you know, you don't need it. It will fit someone perfectly with Z4 fingers in theory. All this process I'm doing is not so much for the finger size, although it does, you know, we can fine tune it so it's exact within 0.01 of a mil. That's a Z4. But the main aim of this is to flatten them and make them look as, you know, perfectly as round as that is machined round. I mean, it's still a hand, it's still a process that we're obviously doing by hand, but the tooling's machined, so it leaves the rings looking machined round and machined flat. Even though we're hand pressing them, you can see the difference. They're no longer an Etsy fail. Which is why we can sell them on Amazon. Not just Etsy. And not get them all back. The main thing. Right, there we go. That is probably the second to last batch I'll need to make of those. Well, no, they're going to be going on forever. But I need one more batch. I need to make one more batch, I think, to get the box. I've actually put these in the box for now. They're all going to come. These all need pre-polishing and polishing, so they're all at the same stage. That was a Z4, wasn't it? I don't know what that was. V. So yeah, there's going to be gaps because some of the sizes are just we're doubling up on. In fact, quite a few of them we're doubling up on. So I'm going to have to. We're going to have the sheet filled in one more live stream, but we're not going to have the box filled in one more live stream doing this. F. N. What do we need? We need an A, we need an E, we need an I, an M, a Q, a U, a W, a Y, and a Z3 and a Z6. So we still need a few more even just to get one of each ready to go out. And then they need polishing obviously, so. But how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think we've got 2 more streams. I'm gonna have one more stream to, it's gonna be one more stream to complete the list. And then there'll be a further stream. So then we'll know what size is those gaps in the list. And then I'll have to do another stream to fill in the gaps in the box. So we've got one of each, and then I'll pre-polish them. And then as they sell, I'll then replenish the stock, making them in like one size in a batch of 12 or 24 or something like that. That's the plan. And then yeah, as you can see, 1.2mm halo, 925 silver. So, right, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one, possibly tomorrow, probably tomorrow. I don't think there's any shorts lined up, I've run out, I need to make another long format video. Which again, I've got no shortage of things to film, it's just time to do it. Right, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Toodles.